Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Semester 1 Practice Final Video number 3. I've already done 1 through 10, so let me skip. Come on now. And I've already done 11 through 20. So now we're problem 21. So which of the following expresses x plus 2y equals 8 in slope-intercept form? So just remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, so I need to get the y by itself. So I don't really have a lot of room, so I'm gonna rewrite it over here, and then I want to solve for y. So that means I have to subtract the x to the other side, and we get 2y equals negative x plus 8, and then I need to divide everything by 2. So we get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4. Well, where'd the 1 come from? Just remember that when we subtracted that x, it was a negative 1x. So the only one that is negative 1/2 x plus 4 is D. Which graph correctly represents 5 over 2x minus 4? So when I'm looking at this, the first thing that I notice is my slope is 5 over 2, which means I'm going up 5, to the right 2, and then my y-intercept is 0, negative 4. So just remember 0, negative 4, that's our y-intercept, not our x-intercept. So it can't be, I'm going to use my black marker for this, it can't be b because they're starting at x is negative 4. And then once again, they're starting, sorry, I have to look at the equation again. Hold on, where's my thing? I'm talking to myself here. I hope that's okay with you guys. All right, so it's negative 4 is where we start, and now we have to know it's positive, so it can't be C. And then we just need to look at these slopes, because this one is 5 over 2, but this one is 2 over 5. So it's not D. The correct answer is A. Now, if you wanted to graph it first, you could have done that as well, but you did not have to. All right, 23. What is the slope-intercept equation of a line with a slope, so here's my slope, of negative 1/2, and then my y-intercept is 9. So I like writing these ones out because it's just easier. My slope is negative 1/2, which right away gets rid of C and D, and the y-intercept is a positive 9. So the correct answer, A. Okay, let's flip it over. What is the slope-intercept equation of the line represented in the graph below? Now I'm really going to zoom in here so we can take a look at this. So the two things we need is we need the slope and the y-intercept. So looking right here, there's my y-intercept. That's the point 0, 3. And when I'm looking at from one point to the other, I have to go down 2 over 3. Okay? So if I'm writing that out, my slope is negative 2 over 3x plus 3. Okay? And that ends up being letter A. All right, we could have crossed out D and C right away because C is positive and D is the wrong slope. Okay, so now it's asking for a point slope equation. they gave us a slope of -4 and then a point of -3/8. Just remember, point slope is y minus y1 equaling the slope x minus x1. So if they're asking for point slope, that's all we have to do. We don't have to try and do anything else with it. So I'm going to plug in my slope. My slope is -4. And then the x goes with the x and the y goes with the y. So that turns to -8. Y minus 8 equals -4 parentheses x. And then two negatives make that a +3. Okay, and that is D. Okay, so for 26, they're saying write a slope-intercept equation. So I want my final answer to be slope-intercept. But they gave me a point and a slope. So this is what we just did, point slope, but now we're going to go ahead and solve it. So my slope is 2/3, and then my x goes with my x, and then the y goes with the y. That's two negatives, and it turns into a positive. So to solve, we have to distribute. So that's 2/3 x, and then 2 times 9, 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. And if you don't believe me, use your calculator. 2/3 times -9 is -6. Okay, and to get the y by itself, we subtract the 6 to both sides. So we get 2/3 x minus 12. Okay, so you can't just come over here and guess, guys. You need to do the work. Prove that you can get the right answer. All right, number 27. Write a slope-intercept equation. But now all they gave me was 2 points. So when they give us 2 points, the first thing we have to do is find out what the slope is. And then when we find the slope, we plug into point slope. Okay? So just remember the y's go on the top, -4 plus 12. And on the bottom, we have 6 minus 10. Okay, so the top -4 plus 12 is 8. 6 minus 10 is -4, which gives us a slope of -2. So I can plug in the -2, and then you can pick 6 -4, or you can pick 10 -12. I like to pick the smaller numbers. So that turns to a +4 and -6, and then we just solve. Okay, the y plus 4 stays the same. We distribute, turns into a +12. We subtract the 4 to both sides. So we get y equals -2x plus 8. Okay, and that is option C. Now, once I was done, you know that your slope is -2. I would flip through these, and whichever ones are not -2, cross those out, because then you got a 50% chance you're going to get it right. All right, write an equation of the line that passes through those 2 points. So once again, I have 2 points. The first step is to figure out your slope. Okay, so -9 minus -9, and then on the bottom, I have y plus 2. negative 9 plus 9 is 0. 1 plus 2 is 3, which means my slope is 0. So if I have a slope of 0, that's going to be a y equals graph. And when I come back and look at this, what did y equal both times? Yeah, y equals negative 9. So it's our special case, and A is our answer. All right, number 29. Which equation correctly represents the line graph to the right? The first thing that I can see is that this is a vertical line, and vertical lines have x equals something. So right away, I'm going to cancel C because it's got 2 variables, and D because it's y. And I'm going to go right here, and that is 4. So our equation is x equals 4. And then finally, number 30, write a slope-intercept equation of a line that is parallel. Parallel means the same slope. So I need to steal my slope, and then I have to make it go through this point. So I'm going to do point slope because I have the point, and I'm stealing the slope of negative 1/2. And then there's my 6, and there's my 8 because that's our x and that's our y. And then just like before, we solve. So we get y minus 6 equals negative 1/2 x. And then negative times negative is positive. Half of 8 is 4. And then we add 6 to both sides. And we get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 10, which ends up being letter B. Okay? And once again, looking at my slopes for C and D, those are ones we could have canceled out right away. Okay, well that's it for Algebra Semester 1, Practice Final, video number 3, 21 through 30. If you need any extra help, please see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off. Thanks for watching.